Jim Montgomery's name has been floating around the rumor mill, and it seems to be that he is losing the locker room. In this video, we're going to be discussing everything that Jim Montgomery has gone through this season, what the odds of him leaving are, and what would happen if Jim Montgomery is fired by the Boston Bruins. Now, I'm going to be talking about all of this here in this video. Before we get into it, though, we know 70% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button, join me here on the channel as we're covering everything Boston Bruins related. Now, I'm making this video right after the loss to the Philadelphia Flyers, and right now, this is a pretty hot topic on Twitter and in the live stream that we just had. And I wanted to put this up and kind of get a day for it, get a lot of people to think about it, and go over the question. Is Jim Montgomery on the hot seat? Is this going to be the last few games we see Jim Montgomery as head coach of the Boston Bruins? Now, I have a few bits of evidence here to kind of go back and forth with this and discuss why or why not. But I also want your opinion in the comments below. So pause this video right now. Go let me know in the comments below what you think about Jim Montgomery. Is he going to stay? Is he gone? And give me your reasons why. I'm very, very curious. We had a poll, and it was pretty close of 50-50 in the chat in this stream. But I'm going to pull up our first screenshot here, which is the record of Jim Montgomery as a Boston Bruin head coach. And in 173 games, 116, 36, and 21 in overtime losses. Normally, this is not the type of record that you see a guy like Jim Montgomery, get fired by, or not just a guy like Jim Montgomery. They don't see this record get fired very often. But when you're looking at this as well, we head over to the Bruce Cassidy Boston Bruins record: 399 games, 245 wins, 108 losses, and 46 overtime losses. Very similar in numbers, just highly inflated by Bruce Cassidy for the time that he was there. A lot of people were questioning why Bruce Cassidy was fired when he was fired. A lot because the locker room didn't really feel the voice anymore. He kind of lost the locker room, didn't have the impact that he did when he started. And to me, right now, this is what it seems like Jim Montgomery is running with right now. It seems like the locker room is not behind him. He's making changes in and out of every game, multiple times in the game. We don't have a solid roster. We never have the same players in the same lines, apart from a third line and David Pastrnak on the first line. We're not giving this team enough time to gel, and it really seems like the players are getting frustrated with Jim Montgomery as the season goes on, and we continue to see much more change, and when players can't even get into a rhythm with the line mates they've been on, and the line mates they know they can play well with, but when they're getting changed every single game. And looking at what Jim Montgomery has to say after the games, we're going to pull up the one that he said tonight. We're not making plays. We're not doing enough to generate high danger scoring chances. Whether that's a will to go to those areas or not, right game plan, we're all culpable and not coming out with a victory tonight. And this has been a trend of what Jim Montgomery has said just about every single game. And I've noted this. Every single game, we're kind of pulling up what he's been saying. It's very much been the same thing over and over and over. Jim Montgomery has mentioned that the team's not getting enough done. Certain players are not playing their hardest. And it really seems like he don't know what to say. We can tell this from watching the games. We've been able to bring up the idea that this team is not working, and it seems like Jim Montgomery has been repeating himself over and over and over, but nothing is coming out of it. And going into our next screenshot here as well, when we're looking at this, we're looking at what Jim Montgomery kind of messed up with. And it's not a Montgomery's fault that Marchand flubbed the puck so badly during a third period power play that the coach covered his face with his nose, but it is Montgomery's responsibility to fix the multiple leaks the Bruins have sprung this season. The latest coming from Tuesday's 2-0 loss to the Philadelphia Flyers. And this was the case. This from the Athletic article tonight, released about a half hour ago after this game from Fluto Shinzawa. And it really does seem like Brad Marchand, definitely messed up on that play, but Jim Montgomery cannot fix the leaks that are coming from this team. The penalties have one thing that has been fixed up, that is fine. We're still not finding the offense in any way. And I've mentioned before, Jim Montgomery is not the guy that can throw on the skates, go and hold a stick for you, and go out and play your game. Because if he was, he knows what he would want done, and he would do it. But Jim Montgomery's voice has to get across to these players to be able to understand what needs to be changed. The players know that something has to change, but they're doing the same thing every game. Leading to the question, is Jim Montgomery even doing anything in the locker room? Yes, he obviously is. However, is it enough? And is the mention of what's going on going stale for Jim Montgomery and the guys in this locker room? That's one thing we've all been questioning. Is his time coming to an end. And as I'm sure you know, and I'm very excited to read what you guys have your opinion on it, what you think. But I know a lot of people are considering Jim Montgomery as the coach that has been given this Bruins team and not had anything to do with it. And I do agree with that. He was not the one that built this team. He was handed the leftovers of it, and now he's been told to go and run with it after what we've seen previously really just die down. So Jim Montgomery has been trying to make changes to this team that have ultimately not been working. We still have to see as well the opportunities of Don Sweeney, Cam Neely, giving him some new players to work with. You can only do so much with the players you have. We're still waiting on the Tyler Johnson signing. We're still waiting for a potential call-up from the AHL of Fabian Lysell, Georgi Merkulov, John Farinacci, Riley Durant, Trevor Gunter. Any of these guys that I've just mentioned have an opportunity of making this roster just to see if something works, see if something sticks, whether it be for one game, whether it be for 10 games, whether it be for the rest of the season. If you find something that works, you will never know until you actually try it. We've tried everything that we have now, and I don't think there's anything left. So, looking at this, Jim Montgomery can only do so much, but it is his time to try and make something work, try and figure out something with Don Sweeney's upcoming hopeful moves of whoever it may be. We do have a bit of time until the next game on Thursday night. We're going to have to watch that, see what comes out of this, if we have any moves before, but I'm expecting a fully different lineup than what we've seen in every single game. We tried some stuff up tonight, changed it midway, changed the power play. And understandably, not getting no offense, you have to try something else. But that way, you're going in with cold line mates and not knowing what to do. And that's been a very big trend of what we've been seeing. And looking at this screenshot here as well, this is what Jim Montgomery was asked about why they could not transfer over this win from the Maple Leafs. So it's a multitude of things, it seems like Montgomery answered when asked why the Bruins couldn't build upon their overtime win of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Some guys are still fighting as if it's their confidence and their ability to be smooth with the puck. However, that is true. We're looking at this. This is the case. Some of the players are not playing up to their capabilities, but the time is running out for Jim Montgomery, and the time is running out very, very quick. And I know a lot of people are still saying very early in the season, we're still not there yet, but when you look at it this way, when we get closer to the end of the season, the team turns around, they need some wins. They need a lot more wins in crunch time than what they would if they were getting them now. They're kind of losing their leeway to be able to lose a game or two when it comes down to playoff time, and those are the games that you're looking back on saying you should have won. And this was exactly one of these here tonight, losing 2-0 to the Philadelphia Flyers, who have been a horrible team with Samuel Ersson's an .871 goals against save percentage, going into this game. And he looked like he was the best goalie on planet Earth tonight. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think Jim Montgomery's on the hot seat? Did anything I had to say in this video really sway your opinion on it? If you did leave a comment and I did sway your opinion, let me know as well. I'm very, very curious. I think this is a big topic that we're going to have to keep discussion over for the next couple days until we see a few more solid appearances from the Boston Bruins. So once again, do you think that Jim Montgomery is on the hot seat? Let me know what you think here. I'm very curious, but that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like. If you're frustrated as I am and you want all your Boston Bruins news and any updates that we can get that are positive for this team, hit the sub button. Join me here on the channel, covering everything Bruins. And I got you guys keep up to date with every bit of news, but that's all I got. I do appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.